Get him. Right here. Right here, nigga. Right here, nigga. Now let's do that again. I just realized that was the case. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. President Biden has done a full unconditional pardon of his son, Hunter Biden. Now, he's not the only president to do this. Bill Clinton pardoned his half brother. Um, Trump pardoned Kushner's father. Hell, whatever. Those not family members, but those were the ones who were family members. They pardoned him. So President Biden giving his son a full pardon is not unheard of. What's bad about this situation is Biden said publicly that he would not issue his son a pardon. And the reason he did that was to show that he is for the justice system. He is for the people. It was a way to make himself seem like he was real salt of the earth. He was just like the normal guy who goes grocery shopping and looking for deals on toiletries. You know what I mean? He's a normal guy who might be frustrated that his alternator costs $900. Okay, you get what I'm saying. The point of the matter was he wanted to make himself seem like he was like the average Joe. Well, he showed you in the end he is not, because he gave his son a full pardon. Now, let's look at what he was pardoned for. He had 3 felony charges related to gun activity. Then he had 3 charges of tax issues amounting to $1.4 million in tax issues. Now, here's my thing about that. Okay, all right, fine. All right, $1.4 million. Okay, you say, well, $1.4 million in taxes. Now, let's think about this for a second. Now. If you got $1.4 million in unpaid taxes, how much did you make? You see, how much did you make? $1.4 million in unpaid taxes? For most people, $1.4 million, they'll never even see. If they do see it, it's gross. No. His $1.4 million was in taxes, which means he made way more than $1.4 million. My question is this: for what? What does Hunter Biden do? We know he smoked crack, but what else does he do besides smoke crack and be Biden's son? Nothing. He does nothing. He offers nothing of value. I'm talking about nothing. He don't do nothing. What I'm saying we need to look into is, how did he get the money? Damn the taxes. Where'd you get the money? You don't own nothing. You don't own no shoe store, no barbershop, car wash. You ain't created no new app. You ain't did it. What did you do? You've done nothing except be Hunter Biden's son. Now, why am I harping on that a bit? Well, here's why. Because I am so tired of people acting like politicians are like us. So we argue and bicker with each other about Democrats and Republicans, and who is leading the free world, and who is in Congress, and who is governor, who is mayor. We argue with each other about that. Ladies, I've said this multiple times before. These people are not like us. They're not. They're not like us. I bet you your son can't get pardoned. I bet you I will put your son ain't getting pardoned for nothing. Not a damn thing. Your son going to jail. That's what's going to happen to your son. He going to jail. All right. Now, you say, okay, well, why did he do it? Well, he did it because he said that it was basically a witch hunt, right? It was politically motivated. That's the reason they charged Hunter Biden, because it was politically motivated. Okay. All right. He said he knows. This is what Biden said. Biden says, okay, plenty of people who have been charged for similar activities were not charged at all. So for Hunter Biden, it was unfair that they charged him because other people have not been charged. So there have been people that have not been charged for murder. So if your son murdered somebody, should he get off? You know what I mean? Like, come on. So So is that a defense? So if I go rob a store, can I have my attorney say, "Hey man, other people done robbed stores and they got off. I can't get off"? No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. There's some sort of extenuating circumstance or something that occurred, which is the reason why this person got off, or they had the right judge. I don't know, but there's another reason why they got off besides the fact that, hey, you committed the crime, and because other people got off from committing that same crime, you should get off too. What kind of defense is that? It don't matter. You know what? Here's the real reason. The real reason is Joe Biden don't want to send his son to prison. My problem with that is I actually understand it. As a father myself, I get it. I get why you don't want to see your son go to prison. My problem is you knew that before you got out of office. That's why I don't like Biden. Okay, I'm gonna let it be known. This is why I don't like Biden, because you knew before you got out of office that you was gonna pardon your son. The only reason you said that you weren't gonna pardon your son was politically motivated. So the same political motivation that you're saying that they put your son in jail for is the same political motivation that you said that you wasn't gonna pardon your son in the first place. You knew you was gonna pardon your son. That's why I don't like the Democratic Party, period, because they a bunch of liars. Y'all knew that you was going to put Kamala Harris in that position. You knew that when you kept saying, no, nothing's wrong with Joe Biden. He's going to run again. He's not old. We're watching him trip up and down steps. You know what I mean? That's old. We're watching him. The man is basically buffering right in front of us. That's old. So now you pardon your son, and you're just gonna ease on out the door at the end. You pardon the son, because it's all a lie, ladies and gentlemen. It's all a lie. All of them lying. Everybody lying. Stop believing in any of this. Everybody is lying. Trump is lying. Okay? Biden is lying. Kamala Harris is lying. Actually, and I'm gonna say something else too. When Trump said that we just found out that Kamala Harris was black, yeah, that's true, right? Because Kamala Harris has not touted herself as a black woman previously. That's just the truth. Now, I'm not saying, now Trump don't say things in quite the right way. I give him that. But no, she is always, and now to her defense, she is part Indian and she's only part black. I get that as well. So it's like whatever way you want to look at it is fine. What I'm saying is the way she would position herself. I'm not saying that she was or was not. I'm saying the way she would position herself. I've seen her on several accounts say as an Indian American. On several accounts, Indian American, not African American, Indian American. Which I have no problem with that. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm just saying what he said, he wasn't necessarily wrong. He just don't say things in the right way. Trump speak like he's sitting at a back room restaurant with the Gambino family. Like, bro, you come on. But anyway, back to this, man. Yeah, he released his son. And I ain't gonna lie to you, as a father, I would release my son too. You know what I mean? Like I just wouldn't pretend like I would do otherwise. You know what I mean? I would say it straight up. Yeah, I'm going to release my son. But that's why I'm not a politician. Politicians lie. And that's the thing that I really want to push to people. They lie. They only come kiss your baby when it's time to get elected. They only care about what's going on in your community when it's time to get elected. They when it's time to get elected, all of a sudden they start appearing on podcasts and radio shows and all that stuff because it's time to get elected. Outside of that, these people do not care about you until it's time to get elected. And it makes sense. Think about it. All these people go to the same schools. All of them go to the same schools. All of them go to your top tier schools, your Harvards, your Yales, Princetons, Cornells. They all go to them same Ivy League schools. There's no way you can tell me that you can go through the portion of your intellectual education and all of you all come out with opinions that are that different from each other. Even if I don't agree with you, all of our opinions are going to be somewhat close to each other because we came up and learned from the same institutions, the same indoctrinations. We come from the same. So even if I like sugar in my coffee and you don't like sugar in your coffee, we both like coffee. You see what I'm saying? Like there's similarities in both. Only thing they're doing is they're marketing their differences so that we as the general public are polarized. That's what's really happening. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. In my opinion, the best thing to do is not vote. Now I know some people ain't gonna like that, but that's how I feel. I really feel like the best thing to do is to not vote, because if we don't vote at all, y'all gonna have to change the whole system. Y'all have to come up with a different way than this BS that we having to deal with right now. If we just say, you know what, we ain't voting at all. Now how you gonna elect somebody? Now y'all gonna have to come up with something completely different, because right now the way that this thing is ran, it will always be corrupt. There is never going to be a change. Some of my closest friends are Republicans. Some of my closest friends are Democrats. Some of my closest friends are liberals, and we are just fine until we discuss politics. Now all of a sudden everybody got to get on their political horse and ride off into the sunset for a bunch of people who could care less whether your horse makes it or not. All right. Well, that's about it. We already know, okay, this is it. Okay, I read his last statement, and that is, I have admitted, and this is what Hunter said. First of all, let's just also acknowledge this. Hunter ain't nothing but a spoiled rich kid. That's what he is. He's a spoiled rich kid. I tell you what, Hunter, only thing we're really talking about is your gun charges and your tax evasion. But let's talk about the fact that you ain't taking care of your kids. How about that? How about the fact that you got a kid out there that this lady is having to consistently go to court to get you to take care of your own children? How about that? Let's talk about that one for a minute. Come on, Biden. Pardon him for them kids. There's a lot of people like to be pardoned from kids. Anyway, me, including me. If you could pardon me for my kids, that would be great, because mine keeps sending me these Cash App requests, and yeah. All right. So this is what Hunter says in the end. Says, I have admitted and taken responsibility. That's funny. For my mistakes during the darkest days of my addiction. Mistakes that have been exploited to publicly humiliate and shame me and my family for political sport. Bro, you the one smoking crack. Okay, ain't nobody make you smoke crack. Shut up. I'm so sick of you. I'm so sick of y'all crying about stuff you did. You did that. You smoking crack. You doing that. Nobody humiliating you and your family. You humiliating your family. That's who humiliating your family. You got all that money. You out here smoking crack. Spoiled. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for that, man. We're going to definitely get back to this. I just want to say this. Okay, so forget all that. It doesn't matter. Hunter Biden do what he do. Uh-oh, did I mess it up? Yeah. Hunter Biden will do what he do, and it don't even matter, bro. Here's the deal. Today is Monday. I will argue this. Be consistent. And I'm really talking to you, but I'm talking to myself at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Consistency. Like, that is my flaw. I don't know if it's your flaw or not, but that's going to be the flaw today, because ain't nobody else here for me to talk to. So, consistency. You know what I mean? I have seen where people who are not as naturally gifted as others, I'm trying to say this as accurately as I can. I have seen where people who are not as gifted as others become exponentially more successful than others because they were consistent. It wasn't that they was better. I'm talking about they wasn't better. They wasn't better by a Texas mile. You feel me? I don't know if you ever been to Texas, but if you try to walk a mile in Texas, you cannot tell where it is because it's so flat. It look like the sky and the ground is kissing. So that mile just go forever. They win because they stay the course. You know what I mean? They stay the course. And that's what that's my fault. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's my problem. I do not stay the course. I will jump into something and start excelling pretty quickly, and then get bored, and the next thing you know, I am off to something else. That's just that's the bane of my existence. I'm not gonna even lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be 100% transparent with you. You know what I'm saying? If anybody can identify what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Leave your story in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to say that. I really don't care if you leave statements in the comments or not, but I have to just say that just because that's what you just supposed to say. Just leave it in the comments. So just whatever, do what you do out there. I don't care. I'm not gonna read them. Okay, that's not. I might read them. I might read them. But yeah, just be consistent. Like today, use today to say, I'm going to be consistent for the rest of this week. You know what I mean? And then write out your plan of things that you're going to get done this week, and then commit to being consistent for the remainder of this week. I'm really talking to myself more than I'm talking to you. Okay? Because I need to be consistent. I am not consistent at all. I am just, I am still the kid in the 6th grade who know there's a test and ain't studied nothing. And then right before the test, I'm in the hallway trying to go through the notes and memorize everything real fast. I'm just looking through the chat real fast. And then I'm gonna squeeze all this in right before the test. And then I take the test and put all that info, just regurgitate everything on the test. And then after that, I done forgot everything. I don't remember nothing about what was going on. I am still the same person right now to this day. And I'm trying to change that. So, one of the things that I definitely want to do with this podcast is grow, but then put myself in a position to help others grow. You know what I mean? And we can learn, trip out together. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna put myself on some sort of pedestal, because even if I did, that pedestal would be so short. That's it. That pedestal's so short, dog. You can just walk slap over that pedestal. I mess up on a daily basis. But anyway, that's it, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man, because I gotta go. I gotta go design some merch. You know how we do. I gotta go design some merch, so when I am at these shows, I have good merch for you to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be with comedians and I be looking at their merch and I be like, no, that it look horrible, bro. They be like, hey, Earth, what you think about my merch? It sucks. Just, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't even want to lie to you like that, dog. Your merch suck. You know what I mean? And I don't want my merch to suck. I want my merch to actually be something that you proud to wear. I don't want voluntary purchases. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to buy mine. I just like Earth, so I'm just gonna buy his shirt, even though it sucks. So my shirt just stay in your closet. No, that's not what I want, bro. I want you to look at my shirt and be like, bro, that was cool. Like, I can tell that man labored over that shirt. You know what I mean? Like, he really took his time and labored over that shirt. Like, for example, I just did this shirt right here. Bow, I put it right here. Bam, there it is right there. And that's George Carlin's 7 words. You know what I'm saying? Because I like George Carlin. You know what I mean? And not only do I like George Carlin, but the 7 words is so important because, that the 7 words basically was the start of a change in our laws. You know what I'm saying? It's like when he did that, a pastor got upset about it, and this ended up going all the way to the Supreme Court, and it literally changed our freedom of speech regulations. Our constitutional freedom of speech was changed because of this joke. Like, that's major. You know what I mean? And so that's one of the reasons why I did that. Now this one right here, this is my homegirl right here. Joan Rivers. Come on, pure comic. That's a woman after my own heart. You know what I mean? I can't help it. I love Joan Rivers. You know what I mean? And so I had to do that for her because I just thought it was so funny that she was snorting cocaine. So I had to, make that shirt. But all right, well, that's it, man. And I will see you all tomorrow, which would be Tuesday. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get better at this. Now on the weekend, I ain't doing nothing, but I'm gonna give you Monday through Friday, and after that, get the hell out my face because I can't be doing all this now. I ain't gonna make it. All right, that's it. I see y'all next time, man. And go out, be the best. Black Box LOL. I love all y'all.